songs. How polka became popular.
I've gone live. And hello, we're here.
I don't think we're recording on either Facebook.
You're not recording on Facebook? My goodness. You always start all
Or
over?
I don't see the recording thing on
We
Zoom.
are recording and we're on Facebook. All those things.
I don't see the light that says recording.
Don't go into the light. Dan, how are you today?
I'm
Well,
fine.
Make me the co-host just in case.
What?
You make me the co-host, please.
Yes,
I don't.
I'm doing it right now.
What about me? Can't I be the co-host?
Listen, here's the thing. If it was like you and me and you were already the host, I would make Lisa, co-host over me too. So
So that's a no, Dan. I think a very nice way of saying no.
no, co-host. Everybody's co-hosting. Do your stuff. Enjoy.
Okay, because
So-
I don't see the record going, and it won't give me the record option. So, just FYI.
It's already recording. Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go. And recording. Okay.
Now recording. Okay, there you go.
And just for the
Good
people.
evening,
And
everyone.
I don't see the Facebook one either. I don't see a pass.
With Tank and Dan and
And Lisa.
sometimes Lisa. And tonight, Lisa's in the house. And not only is Lisa in the house, but today is Lisa's birthday. And she's celebrating her 30th birthday again, which I think is awesome.
How many times has it been your 30th birthday?
Only a few. Very, very few.
Okay, I gave you top billing. I changed the name of this broadcast to number 171
Oh, good.
with Lisa, Dan, and Tank.
Okay, so I'm okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about me today. No, really, I don't see recording Facebook, Tank. It's
You
not
don't see
recording.
recording Facebook?
Usually it says live on Facebook. It doesn't say that.
It says stop live stream on mine. And over
Okay,
here,
well, there you go.
And then it says live. It's all happening. It's all happening.
Okay.
I mean,
Just
just
a
right
whistle.
now. I'll look on Facebook, right now. This is
Yeah.
Broadcasting gold right here. So,
Or somebody let us know what they're seeing, but yeah, I don't see it.
oh wait, it looks like Safari quit. That's why.
Ah,
You're
see?
correct.
But
They
Just
probably
doing-
blocked me on Facebook as well.
Just doing a little maintenance here.
No, it still says I'm
Housekeeping.
alive. It still says
Oh,
I'm
it
alive.
does? Uh-oh.
Let's see what
on
happens.
my side, it just says recording.
Yeah, that's the Zoom, but it'll say Facebook Live when it's actually doing that.
Yeah.
Guess I can just hit Facebook and see what happens. Are we there in delayed time? Everybody out there in the dank world and the frontlines world, and those who just really want to know what Lisa actually looks like, we're going to keep her identity a secret for a long time. But when you see her, let me tell you, it's very exciting. So you should keep watching.
Well, I'm going to share something my daughter put on my face. I'm not going to share it, but I'll read it to you. That little stinker. So, if I could just, that little stinker, she was actually going to call in, but she's already asleep. So, we're running behind schedule.
No.
She gets up at 4 a.m. and has like a 15-hour day tomorrow. She's, Mom, I would stay up, but I don't know if you're even doing a show. And I'm like, neither do I. And it's just how my life is. So, it is
Listen.
what it is.
What you know what? That's awesome. You're at a point in your life where you are flying by the seat of your pants to go save the world. I mean, who else?
And my kids in bed by 9.
I know. And she's like, I am done.
I'm not waiting for your mom. Too bad.
Wow.
So, I know she said, well, she put a couple posts, but this one she just thinks she's really funny. I can read the whole thing, but the bond between a mother and daughter is indescribable. But the bond between us is something I'm forever grateful for. I wish I could have spent your birthday together, but I know we will more than make up for it in California in a few weeks. Thank you for always being my rock and telling me when I'm being a shithead. I love you, Mom. I hope you have had the best 60th birthday possible without me in it. She said I was 60 on live on Facebook. She said that. What a little stinker, huh?
That's messed up. That is messed up.
How old is she?
You know the emoji poop? I use that. You know what? How dare you? And I've never used that emoji before, but I did. So
Yeah.
yeah,
My kids,
yeah.
my kids have little stuffed emoji.
Well, how old is your daughter?
27.
I see.
And I'm not 60.
I see.
Are you sure? And so
You're not.
clearly I'm not quite 29, but maybe 39. Just got an early start. But yeah, just being a funny
checking.
little
Yeah, just
stinker.
checking on the math.
Yeah.
Goes that way.
It's
Well,
So there's that.
I figured I'd take a shot and see if YouTube would let me broadcast live. Isn't it funny that you have a group out there that dresses up like, in like really hardcore jihadist drag and runs around calling people fascists, stealing flags from old men, like really manly people, like, guys that are like have nothing better to do than sit around their house and like, polish their fake gun, like BB guns, like kill squirrels, and they run out and they beat people up. And they accuse people of being Nazis and fascists and authoritarian and all this stuff, right? And yet YouTube dictates whether or not we can broadcast live, even when we have no violations of their community guidelines or their anything they do.
Yeah,
Isn't that more fascist?
it is.
I think that would be an accurate way to describe what YouTube. That would be accurate. So maybe we should stick Antifa on YouTube. It would be like a big drag show at Antifa. They'd show up. They'd probably coordinate the dance moves. I think Antifa would be much more impactful if they just started to incorporate, some pop music, and they just their rallies were more like, positive like that. Like they made like some fascist songs, like about how much they don't like fascists, but they act like fascists, or things like that. Trying to encourage them. Antifa, you can do better. Come on, let's work this out. I think you got great outfits. I like your style.
I think
Check it
you're
out.
asking them though to have critical thinking.
No. I'm actually trying to program them, Dan. What are you talking about?
No.
You know what I'm doing here? Yeah. Look, just gotta get the message out. You gotta make sure it doesn't happen. Oh, shaving here.
Yeah, me too. No, I did not shave this morning. Sorry, I was late.
Yeah.
I was actually I overslept, and then as soon as I was my eyes kind of opened up, all these calls were coming at me, and before I knew it, I said, I was on an hour ago. Why? What happened?
How is this still happening?
It's like if I
We
didn't
didn't
stop
even
right
see your
then.
Facebook coming up thing. Like it usually gives us like a warning. It didn't do it. I'm like, Dan's missing. I think he's with Chewy or something again. Missing
But
in
Dan,
action.
if you didn't show up, I was like, look, Dan has held this torch. We're going live no matter what. Even
Right.
if Dan's not here, we're going live because
Yeah, do call me though. That will do it.
I did call
Wow.
you. No, I did.
That's
Yeah.
probably what woke you. Oh, and for the record, I didn't shave my beard today
I was
either.
probably on the line.
Oh,
I was on the line. I was
First
on
of all,
the
we
line.
can't see you. Never talk about yourself with a woman having a beard. Lisa is a knockout, okay? Everybody out there, she's a knockout.
She's a knockout with a beard. I got it.
Oh, no. It's such a gross image. Makes me want to go wash my mouth out. Ugh.
You pull up a circus woman that has like
Do not pull up a circus woman
It's
with a
okay.
beard.
It's okay. She braids her beard.
Trim it. Keep it on.
There it goes. And that's why birth control is another form of birth control. Oh my gosh. Speaking of birth control,
No,
actually
we're
water just popped on my scenes. Oh, not my thing. Not my thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Now you know what to do for Halloween, Lisa.
So
A belly dancer
yeah,
costume with the beard.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
So, Dan, I had a 2 hour mind melting conversation with him and this gentleman. We're going to be quiet, but it was very, very encouraging. I can't talk about many things we were discussing on the phone. Um, there was some. I mean, Kim was just sharing incredible things, though. Just incredible things. I mean, like the guy really, he knew what he was talking about, and was looking to help. But everything's kind of operational right now, right? So, and hearing Kim talk, it's like, wow, I'm very excited. She's got every possible thing that you can imagine done. The only thing left to do is for a bank to really come on board, right? And to not even a bank, excuse me, but even if we had to make our own bank and whatever we have to do, right? Something to that effect. And that's kind of where we're at, right? Is that these things are going on, and all the heavy lifting is done, right? But at the same time, you have the global financial system on the verge of collapse. Don't worry, nobody worry, because tomorrow by 4 o'clock, the Federal Reserve is going to make the global currency reset happen. So
should I get my dinar out?
Everybody, listen, tonight, just take the night off, blow off some steam, don't have any worries. Yeah. When it doesn't happen tomorrow, what will happen is they will tell you 2 days from then it will happen. Then when it gets to be Thursday, they'll say, well, we just
not on the weekend.
Friday.
We can't do it on the weekend.
Well, on Friday, then they'll tell you, well, look, it's always was planned to go on the weekend. So you'll wait through the weekend. And it doesn't happen on the weekend. They say, look, banks only work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then they'll probably say it did happen. Listen.
All the whales got paid out, is what they'll say.
Listen, I wouldn't tell this to everybody. I'm going to tell you guys.
So whisper.
They're lying. They are not telling you the truth because they don't want you to have money. So that's the current state. And so now, as I guess they had a big banking meeting last week, right? Or not just banking, but just all the conglomerate of the evil society of the rainbow of darkness, right? They all came together last week over there in London, and whatever it is they did, right? And in their conversations, right? I guess they were having some big blowout in like one of the vaults, right? And Kim has like direct feed to all that stuff. So like it's so funny because like they can't hide from her anywhere, right? So as they're like plotting their plans, it's like, listen, she sees everything. The quantum system.
Tank? Like they're having a meeting and she's like able to listen to it?
Yeah, they can't keep any secrets from her. So the quantum system, the way it works, right? It can map in seconds anything organic or inorganic on the planet.
Any variable.
Any place, anywhere. You want to know what's going on? It'll just knows exactly what's happening. Knows everything. So it can literally create, show an image of like what's taking place anywhere. So that's the tech that they're up against, right? Meanwhile, here's what they're going to do, right? They have not had a plan, right? They had the plan that was put in place by the previous people. So that was 2000. I mean, who knows when the last time that went out? But they don't think for themselves, right? So all they keep doing is following the same orders. So when they come together, of course they're going to fight, because nobody knows what to do. They don't know what to do. And even though we're giving them an option, like, look, stop doing that. But so I guess there's like another peace treaty signed with like all the galactic beings here on the planet. Another one on just like a couple weeks ago, and just some amazing. I mean, just amazing, incredible things Kim was talking about. That you really didn't hear in your everyday conversation. This one group out of Antarctica, which I don't know who that is, and when I was on the call, I generally just kind of sit there quietly, but I'm always like, I realize it's such a privilege. I'm so grateful to hear these things, but I always want to know more when I'm done, and I have like 1,000 questions I want to ask Kim. But just incredible stuff, So yeah, but anyways, we were trying to work out some arrangements to make some changes. So I keep recruiting quietly and trying to bring people to see if I get the right people to Kim for what she needs, what we all need, right? Because it's not about any one group or individual, right? It's about everybody. Like the world is falling apart, right? The sky is falling. Right now, the global financial system is about to collapse, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen somehow. It's like, so we need to have something else in place. So as it collapses, Kim always talks about how nature abhors a void, right? So if there's a void, something else will automatically take its place. So the banking system has been a void for a long time, right? So it's about to
the way I always see it is that we need to have a bridge, so that people are not swimming to the other location, right? After everything collapses, right? You need to, oh, what are we gonna do now? Swim over there, right? And all the fun. But if you build a bridge so everyone can leave that place as it's sinking, you know,
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Which is why we've been trying so hard to wake people up and be like, look, we can do it this way or this way. Like honestly, there is 10,000 different ways we can do this. All of the really bright, super, GCR bankers right now who are sitting there in the bank going, "I'm going to be rich," and rubbing their hands together. And like, listen, you're not going to be rich. In all likelihood, you're going to get hung because the banks are. No, seriously. I mean, like, I'm not trying to. Well,
We should not have gotten rid of lynching. Damn it.
Oh, thank God for Kamala Harris and Cory Booker for fighting the fight and lynching. Now, granted, there's been one person lynched in the past 70 years, but guess what? Now it's a hate crime. So,
Well,
that going
that's
on.
okay.
It's not true, though.
It's okay.
Oh, Sid, hold on, little break in here. Sid says, we're not live on Facebook, so try YouTube again to see if we're unbanned. That's what Sid said.
Tell them we're about to go live on Facebook. Don't worry. We're not banned. I just tried YouTube.
Oh.
Or we are banned on YouTube, sorry.
Okay, so we'll try Facebook again. All right, so.
I'll launch Facebook now. I launched it once, and we got bumped off. But, it's okay. Because we're live on Dan's channel right now.
There we go.
That's all that matters. And Dan's followers.
It's a team effort. They keep trying to take us down, right? But we're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Collectively, we come together and get the message out.
I got to figure out a better way to implement my VPN, I guess, to see if I can stop Facebook from stopping me. I mean, not Facebook, stop YouTube from stopping me, right?
Yeah.
That would be the choice.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to do
I
like
have
Anonymous, like the way Anonymous would come on, like in V for Vendetta,
Yeah.
right? And he just came and like made this like ominous announcement to everyone. It's like my dream. I want to do that so bad. Just show up on everyone's
But
television screen.
there's been some people that have kind of popped up as Anonymous, right? Clones of Anonymous.
Let's put that out to our listeners. If anyone knows how to do that,
Well, they
Anybody
put on the
who
mask,
walked
right?
out
And
the truth.
they put up there. So we've got several, and they're some are really fakers, right? And some are trying to just make money off of it, and some are really trying to take up the heart of it, right? And present it like yeah, we're doing this V for Vendetta.
You know what? If I had an exact amount of time I knew we could hold things off, I guarantee you I would come up with a very compelling speech to do it. I'd be very direct. And then what I would do is I wouldn't tell anybody it was me. I'd come back on our show and I'd have Sherry Edwards come on and analyze the voice and say, were they telling the truth? And Sherry Edwards would say, yes. They were telling the truth. Amazingly. So that's the plan. Got it all in place. When it happens, don't be surprised, guys.
I would love you just to show up like on everyone's television, like Tank. Because Tank, there are times you've shown up on my phone that way. All of a sudden, Tank's talking on my phone, and I don't even know where it's coming from. So you've done that on my phone. So if we could just get that to go like global, that would be amazing.
I've had
like
I've
Max
had,
Headroom. Remember Max Headroom?
Yeah.
oh yeah. I've had
I think our listeners should write in and tell us how to do that. Send us an email.
I've had my
I
phone
do.
just dial people, right? And I'm just watching my phone. It's sitting there, and it just starts dialing someone. I go,
Yeah, I've had that happen a few times.
yeah. It's like, okay, and I say, well, my phone wanted me to talk to you.
I don't have anything to say.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're definitely like our group is being like all of our stuff, and plus like I don't even try, like Kim says this all the time, like this gentleman we had this great conversation with, right? He had like a super duper like encrypted phone that was like doing something amazing, but Kim's like, so he gets on there and Kim's like, look, I'm not trying to hide anything, it doesn't matter, they're monitoring all the time, trying to figure things out, but she's like masterful about saying certain things and leaving things out of a conversation. Like I've had conversations with people, and then after the call, I'll ask her a question. She's like, "No, that was for them." Like, oh. And so now I'm just trying to. I've learned to kind of try to play it cool, like I know, but I don't.
hey, I've got some banking intel.
All right,
Let's hear
nice.
it.
So of those banks that were sold back to the U.S. for $1,
Uh-huh.
right? Three of them were the ones receiving these massive funds transfers.
Wah, wah, wah. Yeah. How'd that go for you guys?
Yeah. So what about I just wonder what about the one that didn't, and why they were excluded from this group. So I just looked at it as that there's a division between them and and the one that did not receive, as far as I understand, was Wells Fargo.
Interesting. Very interesting. So maybe Wells Fargo came on board, even though they've been the most diabolically hateful and corrupt group of all time. Maybe now they can see the light. Yeah.
So
I
it's
want
just
to.
yeah, it's hard to say, but it's also, one of the what is true. Yeah, it's hard to pick out what is going to be.
Well, you know what's interesting
What
is
it
it's
means.
true. Like what you're sharing, it happened, right? Like you're describing a situation that did in fact take place.
As far
right?
as
They-
as far
they-
as the people that are relaying the information to me, that they are true people and know and in the position to see this, yes.
Yeah, right.
But what does it
that's the thing
mean?
that
They
sucks
don't-
for
they
everybody,
don't
'cause
quite-
They're not lying, right? They're
They're not lying.
looking at something and they don't realize the whole what else is going on.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're scratching their head too. Why such large amounts? And why
Yeah.
these three?
and why do they never show up? Right? Like, oh my gosh, these are major transfers, but where are they? What happened to them? That is the question that everyone needs to ask themselves. Really, it's what happened to the money? Where is it? And the reality is, there's nothing moving. It's just like when they were moving mirrors. It doesn't matter. There's nothing there.
Right.
So
Look, well, I'll reflect it over here, then I'll reflect it over there. Right? It's
But-
mirror to mirror to mirror to mirror to mirror to mirror.
Kim this morning goes, I asked her, I'm like, so what's the status of the banks? So I'm like, they should be crashing. She goes, oh, they were expecting a big payout Monday morning. And they pushed it off till today. And then today, they pushed it off till tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And tomorrow by 4 o'clock, when it doesn't happen, because it's never going to happen. They just keep lying to you. Everybody in that whole world, like all of us, like I've been part of it, right? So I can say this with authority. We should all be embarrassed. We should all be embarrassed because it's embarrassing. It is a joke at this point. And you know what? I was in it for a long time, and I still tell you, it is an absolute tragedy. Like, think about it. The whole world is on pause because a few guys are still left in power to try to get rich, right? And I guess the bankers, Kim said this too, that the bankers were, and she had just, communicated with President Trump today. And the bankers lied to President Trump. Okay? That's why
In
they're
a call
all.
he made to Wells Fargo, Citibank, and Chase.
No, was it a call? Was it, I thought they were in his office.
I thought they met. Yeah, I thought they were.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, they actually went to the office. And to his face, they lied to him.
And what did they say to him?
I think they told him that they were finally they figured out how to do the RV, it was going to happen, blah, 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 right? Something to that effect.
Nice. Wow.
Good job, guys. Hey, Jamie Dimon and Steve Mnuchin and the A team over there at Bankruptcy of America.
Bankruptcy.
And, all those things. Way to go. You guys really fooled President Trump. You got him. Clever. Good job. Yeah.
Do you think he knows what's really going on all the time, or do you think sometimes he believes them?
No. Kim was singing his praises today. She was saying he's done an amazing job. She said, I don't know how he does it without literally it's something to the, if I remember correctly, something about bitch slapping Pelosi. I don't know how he does it without bitch slapping Pelosi, right? So,
See, I agree with her on that. To be honest, like I don't know how he does it. Like he's so good at playing a politician. Like he'll talk up Steve Mnuchin, and I'm like, how do you not punch him in the face and kick him?
wow, yeah, I really, that one boggles my mind.
I don't have that. I don't have politician blood in me.
Like he has trained himself to do this. I believe that this is a long-term plan that he's been really ready for. How he does it, I definitely, maybe I could if I was in that situation.
I couldn't. My face, I don't have the ability. Like my face will give it away. I can't be a politician. Like you know if I like you, and you know if I don't. I
Okay,
can't hide it.
let's elect her.
That'd be amazing. Can you imagine, like, you have a politician who just, hey, you know what we're gonna try today, guys? Something different. You're just gonna tell the truth.
It'll be interesting if anyone's in the position of having to tell the truth about things, say politicians and lawyers, attorneys, that they had this like ring around their neck that if they actually told a lie, their head would basically explode.
Oh. Can you imagine if that was part of being in the office? That would be amazing.
Yeah,
We wouldn't even have Congress anymore.
We need to pass that proposition.
Like Pinocchio, their nose just starts growing, right? Their nose starts growing like Pinocchio when they start lying.
Okay.
They'd be tripping over their noses.
Well, Lisa, didn't you tell me something about this? Like with like you gave me some kind of link. You gave me something to do with this. It was like that they the way it was supposed to be is that the Congress and Senate was supposed to make a similar wage to the people.
Oh yeah, we pulled it up on the last show. I'll pull it up. It's when they get paid a daily amount when they're in session only, right?
Oh, per diem rate, right?
Per diem,
yes.
right?
Genius. That is genius.
I'll pull it up for you again. But I mean, well, how else do you? Okay, so is there really a way? Let's just say, because we know this is going to happen. The money comes through. We have politicians in place like Josh Conway for Congress, right? We can't say that enough. How do we maintain it to not ever be allowed to be corrupt again? Like, how do we maintain that?
Well, if Josh Conway showed up, and this is kind of what if I was his campaign manager, I would make sure that Josh was like brolic as hell. Like he would just be like on the most rigorous fitness plan of all time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then once he got elected, we would just put the collar on him, and he would set the tone for everybody else. And he would always tell the truth. So people would be like, "Oh my God, what do we do with this guy?" Right? If he doesn't tell the truth, everybody knows. But he always tells the truth. So everybody else would follow suit naturally. They would just start doing it.
It'll be interesting is to make it a volunteer thing to put on the collar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
I know, I can't. You know
because
what?
who doesn't do it, you
yeah.
now know they're lying to you.
Maybe like a bracelet or something. I
Or like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. How about like their nose gets turned bright red and starts beeping if they're lying. Something
Okay,
like that.
yeah, it could be like that. So it just the collar starts flashing. The bigger the lie, the more it flashes.
Yeah, I could never be a politician. I don't have that in me. You could just know by my face if I thought you were lying. I'm like, he's lying. I know he's lying. I can feel it. I would be so obvious. My face would change, and I just don't have what President Trump has. I don't have that ability.
I feel like after listening to him lie to my face over and again, I would get thrown out of Congress for constantly going, "Nuh-uh, what?"
That is the English language, Tank. Stefan.
Oh, liar. That would be me.
That would be funny. Yeah. So it's not. I don't think I was meant to be a politician by any means. I sent you a few things in chat though, Tank. Did we try to go? It's okay. Are we Facebook Live yet? No. It looks like we're not.
No, we're being apparently
banned everywhere. No one likes us.
It's weird. I think they're using the same tactic on us right now on Facebook that they use with everything else in the government. They're just delaying it, right? Just make everything go slower. Whatever you do, don't pick it up. Don't go faster. Keep it slow. Keep it slow.
Well, that one time you and Dan were missing in action, and everybody thought you didn't do a show. It didn't show up till like 9 or 10 o'clock the next morning in Zoom, right? So, yeah.
Dan and I do that to make things mysterious. So,
Yeah.
keep things
keep them on their toes.
What you really do is piss people off, but.
This is a great piece of news here. I like this. Okay, so wait, this is kind of funny actually. I'm wondering what this actually means. Let me ask you a question. If Prince Andrew, right, known pedophile, right, is on suicide watch, does that mean that he's actually on like Clinton death watch? Like, are they actually just guarding against Clinton?
Like the Epstein watch?
Yeah.
I say that because all of his stuff is coming out, and there's pictures of him at Epstein at Epstein's big palace or house after 2 years after he was a known sex offender, and all the pictures are coming out. I think that maybe, just maybe, he's going to have a fake death and disappear into one of the mansions in the Queen's house. That's what I think. What do you think, Ting?
Sure. I actually appreciate the ridiculous political correct psyops because that starts in the UK, right? Listen to this. The royal family has announced that Prince Andrew has been placed on suicide watch amid fears that under pressure, Prince may be about to do something that would bring the peerless name of family into disrepute. In other words, dude was, having sex with young girls and raping them, and that they were fine with. But he got caught. So because he got caught, he might kill himself. That's what that sentence means? That's a lot. I mean, that's really big.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a big leap, right?
And that he's now feeling the pressure to commit suicide.
I think so. I wish all child predators would feel that pressure. Some guilt, some remorse, something, right? But so, do you think if he disappears, where do you think he'll go?
Hell? What do you mean?
Go to the light.
I don't think he'll really die. I think he'll be like
light.
an Epstein. They take him out, they move him somewhere else.
I don't think so. I don't think he has any value or spine or anything else. I mean, he's rooted in like the heart of evil there. I mean, I think he'll just.
Oh, I think he'll be like.
I think he'll be politely encouraged to kill himself.
Oh, really?
Well, I think they're doing that now, right?
Well, the thing is, I still don't know who took Epstein, right? Was it the white hats or the black hats?
It was the white hats.
Well, I hear that. I think so, but it could be, just hey, let's get him out of Dodge, right? So he doesn't spill the beans, and he's still our guy, right? Because let's say you're on the cabal side of this and looking from there, playing devil's advocate, dun dun dun, right? And so your guy is in there, right? And if you don't save him, what about all the others on the team? They're going to say, oh well, they're hanging us all out to dry. The next one up and the next one up, we're all going to be cut loose. Why don't I jump ship, right? Why don't I spill the beans and basically change sides at that point? So saving their comrade might be a good terminology. Would actually help preserve the cabal. So that's why I'm not sure who took them.
No.
Well, okay, here's the greatest line in history of backhanded, passive-aggressive European writing. Prince Andrew, who recently announced his retirement from public life, citing a period of severe personal stress, is being kept under observation by a team of suicide prevention specialists flown in from America, where they recently kept an eye on the formerly disgraced, currently deceased billionaire Jeffrey Epstein. So the last time they watched somebody who was about to commit suicide, he killed himself. And thank God that trusted team of professionals is being flown in. It's like saying, look, we're going to kill this guy too.
Yeah, that's what it says, yeah.
That's great.
Oh my God, how ridiculous are they? See, I don't think he'll be killed.
Or
maybe.
they're going to save him, right? Just like they saved Epstein. They're going to move them to their underground base that they still have there, and the one that it's too deep to get through the satellite systems, causing earthquakes, whatever.
Or do a little face reconstruction and move him to one of the palaces where he lived happily ever after.
Yeah. Oh, Ghislaine Maxwell. They showed a picture of her at a In-N-Out Burger in California and Los Angeles. I actually ate at that In-N-Out before.
Oh, I have too. I was just there a month ago and I ate there twice.
Yeah.
Not at that one.
I love In-N-Out Burger, but
yeah, In-N-Out Burger is amazing. I actually tried to franchise them and bring them to the East Coast.
They won't. They're family owned.
Yeah, their business model is really good. But that what I wanted to say is that photo has been shown to be fake. It's Photoshop.
Yes.
So she
I
wasn't
heard today that one of the pictures looks 20 years older than the other. I'll have to find that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
yeah, they doctored it, her face to where she is now, and then one of them looks 20 years younger. Like, is anything legit? Is anything real?
Oh,
And
you
that's
know
the
what is
point.
real?
What?
Actually, I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
There is one thing that I definitely know is real. That's in the sexual escapades promoted by Epstein.
Mm-hmm.
That a modeling agency was kind enough to provide Jeffrey Epstein with over 1,000 underage girls. Wow.
1,000.
1,000. I mean,
Okay.
what that agency is doing a great job.
Like, why don't we talk about what is the name of that agency, just in case anybody out there listening has
Oh,
a daughter.
wait, Tank, move back. So look what that advertisement says. That's under Epstein's photo.
Deadly sex habit is killing seniors. Did you want me to go there?
No. I was just it's just weird that advertisement is on this page.
Yeah, they're in the
Yeah.
wrong age group for Epstein, unfortunately.
So
Yeah.
isn't Epstein a senior?
Well, according to my
and-
daughter, I'm a senior.
And so
yes.
he has a deadly sex habit, and it's killing him.
It's killing seniors. Seniors in high school mainly. But, yeah, 'cause-
Okay, I heard this today, and I've heard this before, that there's all of the articles coming from mainstream monster news always mention, girls 14 or older, and they purposely intently put that on there, but
wow.
they're actually
Much younger.
they're softening the blow to
Right.
what's coming,
Right,
which is
exactly.
to show that it's girls that are much younger than teenagers.
Yeah,
Did you-
this goes to the old enough to bleed, old enough to breed concept.
Oh my God! That is definitely something that filthy old dirty men say. So,
Yeah. So they say, well, they're women. That's what would be the argument that they want to make, right? Is that they're, this arbitrary number that someone came up with, 18 as being an adult, right? It used to be 21, and before that it was 24. You were an adult. Actually, 24 is actually an appropriate age because that's actually when your brain stops growing. In other words, so
How old, Dan?
24.
24. Okay.
So you used to have to be able to. In the way back when you had to be 24 to make some adult decisions, and then they lowered it to 21, and then to 18, and now they're going to
I
go
don't
down.
think you should be able to get married before then. I don't think men should get married before 35. What do you think of that?
wow.
And women,
I can.
20 to 30.
I would say that if men are let's say properly brought into manhood, then at that
Mhm.
age that they are responsible individuals, that they can handle a family. Now, culturally, that happens in many
To like
places
2.
at age 13.
Yeah, there's probably 2 people on the planet that are ready for that.
Well, no,
I
I know. I'm just looking at it. I've been in a lot of cultures. I've been around. I've seen a lot of those places in India, and there are, they do get married, but they don't. They're not. It's not about setting up a family at that age, but they'll get married even at the age of 8, right? But they're not. It's not a sexual thing at that point. It's kind of like their families agree that they're going to get married, and they go down that line, and it does. They get married, and they have happy lives. So it's a
I've
system.
heard that, Dan, that people with arranged marriages have happier and more successful marriages than people who don't.
Well, let me ask you, Lisa. At the age of 14, were you making the most best decisions about your life?
Dan, I'm not making them now.
Yeah. But if your
great setup.
parents who have all this wisdom of the ages, right?
Look at the show I'm on, Dan. I'm kidding.
Oh,
No, like,
okay.
I was
I
totally
mean, make me the host so I can eject her from the call.
I did, Dan. I made you the host. All right? Feel free to jet away.
No,
I get it, man. The boys, man, woman haters club. Out of here.
I don't. No,
I gotta find that. He-Man woman.
I don't think women are women till really, depending on the woman, like 27 to 30. Like they're mature enough to say, okay, I've dated a little, maybe I've traveled a little, I understand society a little bit, now I know what I want. I don't think a woman at 14 or 18 for the most part, is ready to make those life decisions. Because I don't think they're fully developed enough. I think we change so much. I think women change the most between 25 and 30.
Yeah,
Well,
I think that for the most part, an arranged marriage system is not bad at all. So I think it's just a matter that um, the idea of love, right?
Like romantic
Or
love
the
or
romantic love thing
sexual chemistry,
that
right?
does play a factor in it, and that it has upset some things when there was an arranged marriage, and then the one of the partners ended up falling in love with someone, along the way to someone else that wasn't their arranged marriage, and they still did the arranged marriage, and then also sometimes carry on with the other relationship at the same time. So it's
now
not.
that's the reality of what happens is that you have an arrangement that ends up being financial, cultural, binding families together, and then but you're really into somebody else. It's just a different way of defining marriage in a way. To me, I mean, I guess the way we
It'd be nice to get it all in the same package, so to speak.
versus having three different.
Yeah, or having kids with this person, but really been in love with the neighbor, and that wouldn't work for me. I
That
don't
would
think
definitely suck. I would hate to be. That would be awful. I mean,
Yeah, especially when you're the one that they're not digging.
oh, right.
Right? Would you like to be the one that your spouse is in love with someone else, but
Yeah.
they're stuck with you forever, and you have kids together, but they really are they really not feeling it for you? And every time they see that other person, their face lights up. How would that make you feel?
Thank you for bringing that out, Lisa. But instead of going there, it makes me feel terrible.
Okay, just checking.
I wish you were bringing this up now.
Am I hitting too close to home with somebody? No.
I don't even watch shows where the husband and wife are cheating on each other. I just don't like it. It's as a rule. I just don't. It just makes me go on blood.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm old fashioned. And I don't know if it's old fashioned. I'm just romantic that way. I figure I'll hold out.
Love the one you're with. Isn't there a song like that?
Again, I don't think that's what you think it means, Lisa. Like one where you're the anticipation song, ketchup.
Ketchup song.
We're talking about ketchup. And also, love the one you're with is an excuse been made to hey, my wife's not here. Love the one you're with. That's where that came from. So, just FYI, that's not what you think. So back on task, because there's some other actually very interesting and awful Epstein news. You know that did you guys see about this horrible guy? I don't know. He looks like the Mad Hatter, and he as a birthday gift, he sent Epstein 3 triplets, 12-year-old triplets.
I did hear
To
that.
defile, of course. I'm sorry if that wasn't clear.
He sent them 3 as a gift, right? 3 children.
Triplets. I mean, not 3 triplets, not 9. But, 3 girls.
3 girls.
They were 12 years old. Yeah. So you got that going on. That's pretty interesting. And on a totally separate note, I thought this was very interesting. Check this out. You guys, I'm sure everybody else figured this out, but it kind of blew my mind when I saw it.
Is this what you just sent me?
I don't know. Oh yes, it is.
Yes. I was just reading that. That's crazy.
Come on. Here we go. The name of Google's graphics processing unit is named Adreno, and Google released Chrome in September 2008.
Oh my goodness. Adreno Chrome.
So, and immediately renamed it to Adreno. So you have Adreno Chrome, which is the most well-hidden secret of the most diabolically corrupt organization out there. So, anybody out there who happens to see this now or in the future, so adrenochrome, right, is what is harvested from, the adrenal glands and the blood when you torture someone before they die, and it forces the adrenaline to pump furiously through the body because they're fighting for their life, so adrenaline is going everywhere in the body, and this increases massively the amount of adrenaline in the body, and that creates a drug which gets all these rich people very high. It actually acts as a kind of like a version of fountain of youth, right? But your body has to actually create a parasite to process it, right? So the parasite turns on them too. So you'll see people in these kind of elite adrenal addicts.
Nancy Pelosi, because
Right,
our great Sherry Edwards did a little analysis on her, right, Tank?
Yes, she was highly drug induced, right? She couldn't quite, She was
It was alcohol and adrenochrome, if I believe.
Right. Alcohol and adrenochrome. That's the new AA right there. That's great. Good job, Nancy.
And yeah, and Sherry actually did an analysis in saying that adrenochrome is exactly the opposite of white light. Like it's the direct,
Yeah.
right? Isn't it the direct opposite? So a little darkness going on there with Nancy
A
Pelosi.
lot of darkness. It was really well hidden though, because she seems like she's somebody who like wants to watch her kids, right?
Yeah, not mine. No thanks. And if you look at Nancy from a few months ago, and then you look at her now, she may be aging rapidly because of that, right, Tank?
Well, actually, so it's twofold. You'll see massive dramatic shifts. So like, I wish I had a good one. Like you can see when she's on it and when she's off, right? You'll see like they'll be so dramatic, their skin will drop, all these things, and then it'll change. Like and then they'll look young and vital, and they'll be sharp, like
Alert.
as
Like
we
they have
know.
adrenaline running through them.
Yeah, we know. Nancy's dementia will not affect her ability to be the Speaker of the House. Ooh, yeah, doing a great job.
But her alcoholism will.
The alcoholism and the adrenochrome, the constant sacrifice of children, I think all those things are going to hurt a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think they might affect her thinking process just a tad bit. She doesn't even speak in full sentences. Like she doesn't finish her sentences. She's all over the place.
Yeah, we should make a little clip of that. I think that'd be really fun.
We should.
All the blurbs of Nancy Pelosi, like, get that book, stop, temper tantrum, hit table.
Her arms flailing.
My dementia will not be affected.
Yeah, we'll put that at the end. That's funny.
Yeah. Does not affect my ability to be the Speaker of the House. I'm strong. Yeah, because she was, obviously the Speaker of the House doesn't do anything. That's why she said that. Okay. I could do the job in my sleep. Look, I could be the Speaker of the House from here and never even show up. Doesn't even matter. Just record me once in a while, just yell about Trump, right? That's all I got to do.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Tink, we might want to. Well, at the end, you can show our. We're doing healing on Saturday night.
Oh yes, yes it is. Did you send it to my?
I think I sent it to your Tink one. Mm-hmm.
Aha! There it is. Nice.
I did. And there's more stuff in chat too. I think, by the way.
So we're definitely going to talk about. I think this is very important because these are tremendous, right? And I will speak up for both of you on this because I'm such a big fan. So if you didn't do it before, okay, there is a number. Thank God. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So these are energy healings, like energy clearing, right? Now I literally, depending on the week, but I do these every week, always with Faye. Lisa does these also on me just to look out for me. As well as several other people that are just energetic.
And Shalaya, who's on this one.
Because I'm constantly kind of talking shit to people. So,
Well, I think you're also being attacked all the time.
Yes.
From where you are. So we try to keep you a clean, empty vessel and keep you cleared up.
But I love these energy clearings in a group level because like the magnified energy, right, and the collective intention of that group, it's really amazing. So I don't know where is this posted on the Speak Project, I'm assuming?
I think they're just posted it tonight. Yes.
What is it, Saturday or?
It's Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and it's actually going to
if
be.
If you got a hot date on Saturday, take the girl and invite her to the energy clearing first, right? So for an hour, you're clearing all the bad juju from her ex-boyfriend. It's perfect, right?
Right.
Then you can actually connect. It'll be amazing.
That's a very good point.
It'll definitely work. So I'm a big believer in these things. Even if it's the first time you heard something like that, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's really good.
So, sorry, Dan, that was just a little deviation there for a minute.
That's okay. I'm just scrolling through our chat here, see if anyone's had any questions.
This is important.
I do have one question.
Oh, what's the question?
I'm going to go through our email. I think we have a few too.
He says, Tank and Dad, I think you mean Dan, since we're now have Lisa, can we make the show a little more participatory, allowing 15 minutes of show time for feeding questions from the chat room? No, we can't do that. No, we can't do that. No.
You can if you go on to actually I don't know. Yes, we can do that whenever you want. Just ask better questions. That's the problem. Ask better questions, and we'll make sure that you can actually call in to Zoom right now. Here, I'll give you a number. You can call in if you have a question. Do you have a number to call in? Or am I lying?
You know, it's the same one that is showing up on our healing. So,
Oh my gosh, there it is. There it is. So if you have a question to ask, you can go.
log into Zoom or dial the number direct.
No, you just dial the number directly or log into Zoom. I guess I could post a link. You want the link? I feel like that could be bad, right? We have a block, so we'll give it 2 minutes that video. But you're
Yeah,
more than
but we
welcome.
can.
You're more than
Yeah.
welcome. You can ask questions anytime.
And there's the code on there, 825-261. You got to put that in if you go into Zoom or dial in. Call in and ask questions. I think I was going to do that because I was going to check our email. I think we have questions. So that's good.
You know, I used to make announcements for like a Q&A, and I would just
Hey,
bounce calls
hey,
and-
hey, Lisa,
and easily-
give me that link again in the chat here. I'll post it on our chat group.
Okay, perfect. Let me pull it up here.
What do you
Might.
Just put the phone
Copy
number.
invitation.
Don't put the link.
Okay. Do you want us to dial in phone number
Put the
then?
dial number, yeah, put the number. Because
Okay,
you know what's going to
now-
happen? We'll have 1,000 people just show up on our Zoom link all the time.
That's why
Which happens
that's
now.
why I make meetings.
I know, you know, and if I would have made a meeting for this one, it would have been perfect, but I didn't, right? Like, this is my personal meeting room. so,
I know.
so it's too late, man. It's too late.
Too late, Dan.
I got
Okay,
it.
so let me do this. Let me just pull it up on my phone and tell you what it is. Hold on. I'm a little slow today. It's my birthday. I'm older. I can't quite keep up with you.
I hope you're drinking. I hope you're drinking right now. Please.
I'm not. I'm drinking water, alkaline water. What do you think about that?
I
Just
think,
add a little more alcohol than.
Yeah, something. You should,
You know, can I be truly honest with you? I'm really a poor drinker. Like, if I had 2 drinks right now, I would have a headache and I'd have a hangover all day tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, it kind of takes the joy out of drinking if you get a hangover right away.
And a headache.
And a headache is really awful.
Tank, since I am being a complete tech talk, can you pull up the phone number on our healing? Okay. Just announce it or post it or whatever.
The number is 929-436-2866. That is, once again, 929-436-2866. And Dan, I posted it in our chat on Zoom. You can.
I'm doing it.
And then they need the code to log in, the 825-261-4654.
Oh,
It's
shoot,
there.
yeah.
It's there.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have any other questions, Dan, in your chat room?
Let's see. Any more questions? Is Tui doing well? And Tui is doing extremely well, but he only responds to me now in stickers in Telegram.
But Tui lives in Fiji, so pretty much it's awesome. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, it's still pretty good. Like, a bad day in Fiji is like still like, there was coconuts and waterfalls. Still pretty magical, right?
Yeah. Oh, I know. We did have an email, Tank, on ours that asked, where can people go apply for projects?
That is a great question. You can actually go to gocamelot.com and you become a member, and then you can just you can use the email there, and you basically send your project in through the email. And if you want to set up your actual association or your trust, which is what we think is going to be the easiest way to finance, so that we'll set up all the accounts under the umbrella structure of that business association, then you can do that there too. GoCamelot.com.
Nice. Okay, that was one of ours, so that's good. Well, this is people's chance to ask whatever they want to ask, right?
Yeah, that's why they won't ask anything now.
Yeah.
Dan, I've looked at your chat a few times, and there's always questions in there. And then when we're asking for questions, mum's a word.
I know, that's it. It's like when I'll go through it sometimes, but it's kind of do it hard on the fly. If like when you two are talking, I can read, but if I'm trying to talk and read at the same time, it's great to find the questions. Q.
I really do think we should set this up, and I think we should actually start. We should post it more. I should let people know when we're doing.
I thought what we could do is like once a week we could pick a Q&A day, and then make that a call in. Make a meeting time, put that out there so people can jump in and talk, and
That's
we
a
can.
good idea.
And we can pick a few shills and say, okay, you're gonna go out there and make your question, Yeah, so we're not hanging out there going.
Don't tell anybody that though. Don't give away the secrets, Dan.
That was undercover stuff, Dan. I'm going to give our email tank. It's admin@speakprojectmedia.com. So if people are shy and they want to email their question, they can do that as well.
Yeah, you can also send. If you have project stuff you want considered. I wouldn't recommend doing it that way yet because it's just going to be overwhelming. And right now we prioritize everything through the Guardian of Camelot. It's the easiest way to do it, so that we know where it's coming from. But you can send it there.
Yeah, I'll tell another secret.
Okay. Whisper.
We can only get questions if we say we're going to end the show.
Oh, right.
Then everyone will ask their
everybody
question.
Have a good night. And all the real secret, awesome, amazing stuff's about to go down right now as we ask each other questions. We'll be in Carl Athens. So have a good night. And
Yeah, be sure to like and share. That's it. Oh, question. Here we go. Where did our good friend Kevin disappear to?
it's not a real question. Please. We do not keep track of Kevin.
Did Kevin ask that question?
Kevin,
Yes.
you know what? I'd like to hear more from Kevin. It's like on the TNT show. This is my favorite thing. Somebody would call it and be like, "Hello, who's this?" And the next question. They get on and go,
Okay.
people, it's not free to do these calls. You should really make a donation. Everybody's it was the same guy every single week. It was like their queued up commercial to donate to them, right?
Right.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, we should
Okay,
have
I've got another question here. See, I told you as soon as we say we're going to get off the air. They said, "Oh, wait, I'm going to ask my question." Okay, so, there's another one. So, will Tank explain how Kim shut down the cabal? That's coming from Mark. SEMI.
God, sure, really.
How did
Yeah.
Tank?
That might be a
show
whole
all
other
by
show.
itself. Okay, you could go back through about 100 different shows we've talked about. So, what has Kim done to shut down the cabal? So, the way that the old structure worked is the way the trust actually worked, which is really the central bank of all of these central banks. So, what would happen is, as the head of everything else, what would happen with the dragon families, the Order, the Illuminati, all these different groups, these secret societies, they had to bring something to put into the trust to get money back, right? So they would take a deed to your house or a gold mine or something else, right? And they would register it in the trust. The trust would then return an allocation of currency. So this is what happened forever. That was shut down. Now in 2007, every asset on the planet was registered in the trust. So what happened was in 2012, all of these infinity contracts expired, which was like 16,500 years of consecutive contracts with the five original tribes. And so what took place in 2012 is the actual authority was turned back over to the one genetic anomaly, the human being with the most original human DNA, the one human being who was most connected to everybody on the planet, which is Kimberly Ann Gogan. They actually identified her using facial recognition software and the looking glass technology, and they identified her, and they knew that she was the one. And then they looked at her DNA, and they analyzed that several times. And also in the trust itself, they identified her because the quantum mapping system is the most advanced piece of technology on the planet by 1,000 years.
Can I interrupt for a moment? I'm just processing. So I didn't understand. What is this looking glass technology that they identified her by facial recognition? Can you go a little bit more into that?
Well, yes, Dan. I'm glad you asked.
Thank you.
So the looking glass technology was basically these, I guess, like 12 oracles that they would all unite their energetic field, and whatever they saw, if they all had the same vision, basically, then there was a good chance that was actually going to happen, right? So they would basically act as a predictive analysis of mapping of possibilities of timelines.
It sounds like that Tom Cruise movie, right, where they would predict who was going to commit a murder.
Yeah, but I don't think they did it to try to stop anything, other than they just tried to whatever worked for their own good kind of stuff. So So that's basically, and basically it was like this. Like it wouldn't tell you exact time, dates, and place. It would be like you'd see a dog run across the road, then somebody walked into Starbucks, and then John gets hit by the car. So if you see the dog run across the road and somebody goes into Starbucks, there's a good chance the next thing that's going to happen is John's going to get hit by the car. So like predicted like that. But Kim's face appeared in all 12 of these, parents or oracles were there. And so she was seen that way. So then they used the facial recognition software, which has been around forever.
Were they? Was it the parents?
Yeah, or the covenant masters, maybe. All that stuff I get kind of confused by, but something like that, yeah.
Okay.
And so no, it's probably the covenant masters. I guess they're the witches or whatever. So basically they identified Kim, right, with the facial recognition software. They saw her, and it was like, okay, she's the one. And then they ran tests and DNA tests and lineage and all this different stuff to show that she was the one she's the one that the system recognized. So she stepped into place in 2012, right? And then she actually sat underneath the previous comptroller, which was Marduk, I guess, right? And she sat underneath him learning for a couple of years before she realized these guys are diabolically, filled with evil and hatred for people, and they would constantly send the slaves around to do their deeds and do different tasks, and they'd laugh at it, about how seriously they would take it, right? They would, tell them to look for artifacts and places and send them different things, and those slaves were the Rothschilds and Rockefellers and all these different secret, secret societies that everyone, is in fear of and believes. And in reality, it was a joke. So their whole religious stuff that they do all the time and rituals and sacrifice, it's all a big joke to the ones that were at the top, right? So that was the culture that was created. So now what you're dealing with is the remnant of that culture where they basically lied to these people at the top, making them think that they were superior to the rest of us and they were an authority. And generation after generation of inbreeding convinced them that that's what made them superior, right? So anybody who doesn't know that's true, that's not true. Inbreeding for generations doesn't make you superior. But so basically that's what you're told. So that's why you have this whole massive system. Now, at first, the first 2 years, Kim didn't realize she could access the system, the quantum system, without them. She thought these were her bosses, and she needed them. And then she was informed by somebody that, actually, I think it was Shane, the ruler, or somebody like that. I don't know, she didn't need them, right? She could access the system directly. So then she realized she could access the system directly, and she had already. Now, the first thing she did was take down the cabal. Is there was 600 plus different trustees who we all know, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, the Beers, the Lees, the Gows, the Bilderbergers, I guess, all that whole group, they were all removed. That's the first thing. So obviously she pissed everybody off, right? Because she removed all the trustees who had access forever with these, when you see Neil Keenan with his black code book or somebody else with these code books. She has a stack of code books of every one of them. Every code book that's ever existed, she has a version of it, of the exact same legend. And so the first thing she did was she removed them. Then she took all of their codes and she deactivated every one of them. So all their codes don't exist. So that's the first way. So she took away the pipeline of money that they would draw. Now, the next thing she did was, a series of things, right? For example, 2 weeks ago, from what I understand, there was a base on the dark side of the moon. Some of you may have heard of that. As of right now, there is no longer a base on the dark side of the moon. That's because of Kim. Kim also made peace with all the other galactic groups who are enslaved on the planet. She went out to each one of those groups and she made peace with all those groups, right? And signed a peace treaty back in 2014. Apparently, another one just here recently in 2016. And she brought all of them together, and that actually makes up the Galactic Council. I don't know if it's called that though. It might be the Universal Council, but that exists here on the planet. It's like a United Nations, but with all the nations above ground and beneath the ground, in different mountains and areas, right? That represent the United Nations of all the different groups that are here. And she brought them together to create basically the Earth Command, right? And so they all agreed to peace, right? So everybody's been working towards peace from that standpoint. The only problem is the humans, because the Draconians, before they were eliminated, let's say, they left this group of evil Rothschild, demented, idiotic, baby killers, right? They left them in charge. right? So it's like they literally left like Dracula over the blood bank, right? So so we're still dealing. It's like so she's been eliminating that group because they also have control of all the money. So they've been in charge of the money and transfers and everything. So they would constantly block every transfer. Now I've witnessed this for the most part over the past 2 years that every single dime, if there was any chance it would go to one of us, because they saw themselves as above us. If there's any chance that money would go to one of us, they would block it, they would kill people, they would send death threats at Kim. So, and they had siphons set up, like through the Prometheus system and through Hercules, and which was a hacking system that they always talk about the RV. So Kim's made it now, so there's not even a reason. So there's not even a reason to block when the RV is going to be at 10. Because she used to know exactly when they were going to hack because they say this weekend's going to be RV, right? So that's why she would follow the Dinar site because she knew, well, when they say the RV is going to happen, they're going to try to hack the trust. So now she's built up she's mastered the system, so there's no way to hack it, right? No one's ever made it past the first firewall of the quantum system or the trust, right? So first thing is she cut them off. She signed a peace treaty with all the galactics here and made sure that they have all the real technology, not the secret space program. Then she's basically eliminated all the major structures that the secret space program had, right? So all the major bases where they were, killing people, like they've been destroyed. The base on the dark side of the moon has been destroyed. I actually I have an incredible recording to call about this. I might ask if I could share it, but it was terrifying. This young man was talking about how they were communicating with him through the carrier frequency, right, on the internet, the secret society and the Illuminati, and they were talking about they had resurrected the Saturn Matrix, which is another evil AI, right? And he was it has soul trafficking. It was crazy. So they resurrected that, and that has now been burned to the ground. Every one of the hacking systems that exist, they've all been destroyed. That's why Hercules was, for a while, anybody out there in our land, you hear about Hercules all the time, right? Hercules, the new Hercules quantum financial system. Well, the real quantum system took Hercules down in 12 minutes. That was the last time it ran. So all those systems have been eliminated. And then ultimately what she's done now is that she took all the bunkers and she took all of the assets that were in the bunkers and she returned them to where they were supposed to be. So now every time the Cabal goes to open one of these vaults and bunkers, they're empty. And she also has, what was the thing she did? Oh, she's also taken every one of the allocation numbers that would connect to that, and she reprogrammed everything. So she basically wiped the entire system clean, reallocated everything fresh. So now even if they knew an allocation number or something like that, it's all been changed. So what, like if 911730 went to, gold in Albuquerque, it doesn't anymore. So even if you knew the allocation, it's gone. So, because all the money was stolen from the people anyways. So all that's been reprogrammed. Then now, it took a long time to do this because I've witnessed them do this. We've transferred money in that was confirmed by the bank. And then what they would do is they would leave the portal open and they would try to go into the trust again and pull down, they tried to steal $500 billion on a transfer that we were part of the whole time. So she's cut down any ability they have to see into the system that way. So there's all the back doors are completely closed. For the SWIFT, EFT, ACH, all those, systems, right? IBAN, anything like that. And then this weekend, she shut down the VAX port system, which was like a straight to the bank transfer. That's also eliminated. And any possibility of any alternative methodology of bringing things in, they can no longer access it or move it. The banks right now I'm not even sure how they're functioning, to be honest. But it's really by grace and mercy because Kim has made sure that every single country has the allocation of what they need, the assets they need to survive, so that, to protect people. But long story short, the next step will be, what really brings everything down, what brings the whole house of cards down, is because everything we know is a lie. Right, so the entire idea of you need to know banking, you need to bring in and leverage assets. The new system will be this, that you are, and this is going on in many, many places, is that just the way that people would talk about this when they would talk about the birth certificates, you will be your own bank. And by the way, side note, I learned this today, you don't need a license to have a digital system that keeps your money. Did you know that? So if the money is yours, you don't need a banking license. A banking license is required for when you're holding someone else's money, right? So if you have
That's an
if you do
excellent point. That's excellent. Yeah.
so if we go back to a straight system where I'm exchanging directly, we can have a completely digital system with no banks because everybody's money would be their money.
Wow. So, Tig, how are they attempting to pull off this RVGCR now if they have access to no money?
They think they do.
Lisa, what they do have access to is bullshit. And so what they do ain't bullshit over and over again. They say, you do this, or we will reach down upon you with furious vengeance, and we will do all these things. Ah! And then the other one is like, we're going to make you really rich. No one. And then all the useless knuckleheads out there who know they don't have any damn money, you all sign up so you can have one more day of, a harem in your room.
You know, Tig, I listened to one of the RVGCR things that, all the Mark Z's and the Cottrells are putting out there. One of the recording, it was actually scary. It said if you come to the bank, make sure you have all your currencies with you, which makes absolutely no sense. I would do here's one. I'm going to see if you can cash this one first before they want you to have 2 forms of ID, a current utility bill. Why do they really want to know where you live? Do you think it might, all this other stuff. And if you have any debt that's not paid, the money's going to go to there first. They're going to give you some cash and do this 20-year payout with interest and blah. You can submit a project.
Isn't it your money? Isn't it your money? Why are they giving you it over 20 years? It's your money.
Wow, I don't know, Dan. That is a wonderful question.
They need to manage our assets, Dan, because we are not smart enough to do it. And if we just submit to that, we'll all feel better.
I think it might be just a collection for them of your money, and then they'll go bankrupt or do whatever they do, and then they'll get to keep it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry we lost your money. We thought
we only gave you 1% of your cash value. Come back next month, we'll give you more, and then poof, it's gone.
I can picture what this would go down like, right? It'd be like one of these guys. They show up and they go, "Listen, man, you know me. I'm always straightforward, right? I always say the truth. I always say the truth. I always say the truth, right? I always say the truth. So listen, here's what happened. Here's what happened. We put all your money in the thing, and I don't know how this happened. You know what? You know I'm good for it though. So what I'm gonna do is, it'd be something like that, some shisty version of and it's like, no, man, you're not good for anything. You jokers never tell the damn truth.
You brought in $5 million of cash. We gave you $5,000 of cash, and that's all we can give you. And then you're done. So you traded $5 million for $5,000.
Right.
What a deal. What a
deal. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. It's magic.
And they want your home address and 2 forms of ID just in case you left some money at home under your mattress, so they know where to go looking for it.
Well, I think if you get a call with an 800 number and they tell you that you are going to go to the exchange center, that what you should do is realize you've been targeted and you're going to die. That you should get out of there right away and you should not go there. And I'm begging you to take that seriously.
Go with armed, security.
Something. Do something else. That's all I'm saying. Anything else that can happen, just do something else because it doesn't end well in that way. It's just not going to help you.
So since they have no cash, what they're really doing is just giving you a few pennies, right? They're saying, here, just turn in all your money and we're going to give you a few bucks back in cash and come back later for the rest. Is that really the plan?
People have been paid, thinking that they're going to, I know people who have exchanged currency, but it's all to perpetuate a lie. Like a lot of the white hats, right? Like I knew some of the white hats who had already exchanged, right? They had already gone through it. And that basically bought their security. Like, look, you're going to be able to exchange a lot more later. But for now, do this, right? So that did happen.
So it keeps the message alive, basically.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, okay.
So something from some version of that. It's but it does get to a point where the message never changes. So you wonder why there's so many people that are just really experts, right, in the whole world there of denial, right? And if you you go back through, you realize the message has not changed, right?
No. Has
So
not.
like, let me give
How
you an
many
example.
years of it's happening? How many years? After the first year, I said, this is not. There's something wrong here. Right? You can only delay so many times before you have to really question it. If you don't question it, then what are you doing? Are you really using critical thinking? No, you're just falling for greed, right? You're being lazy, right? You got to get moving. Got to do something, and just waiting for this money to arrive because you're sitting on pieces of paper means nothing else is getting done.
Right.
Right. Agreed.
And that is exactly the whole plan, right?
That is.
It's it's like I think it's Ursula K. Le Guin and L. Ron Hubbard, who wrote Scientology. They had a competition to see who could write a science fiction book and turn it into a religion, right? Because that's what they do. They're mocking us constantly. Joking.
No, I didn't know that.
That is true. Yep. And so Ursula K. Le Guin, so he wrote Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard. Ursula K. Le Guin wrote a book I think it was called Foundation. And basically talked about this world where they were predicting the utter collapse of, Big Bang because of this cosmic event, right? And so everyone, their full-time job was to document everything they had already accomplished, right? So everything was the library project. So all they did was and then when they unlocked this seal at a certain time of this prophet, right? They unlocked the seal, and he basically came out of the seal and said, by now your whole society is stagnant. Like, it was done on purpose, right? That's exactly what they've done to the RV community, which represents a huge portion of your love and light, very kind, good people, right? So, and it's unfortunate, but it's true.
Wow.
It is unfortunate, but you can go back through a lot. You can go back through anything from any time in the RV, and you will notice everything is the same. It's the same. There's slight variations in the exact same story. You have new characters step in, right? And like some of them are like obvious plants, but but some not. Like me, I didn't know. I didn't realize I was that wrong. But I showed up for a little while in the RV world. Was trying my best to, get people to realize to come on board with the RV. Like I thought, for sure. Yeah. But it's all shit.
Yeah,
RV's a big lie.
I feel your pain.
Yeah. Now they've tried to erase me from the our world, right? Now I have a bad reputation, right? But you could go back to my post from like 2017 or 2016, and they would be exactly the same as the ones you read today. Right?
Yeah, it's true.
So,
Well, I think I'm going to have to jump off. I've got people hounding me. So, thank you.
thank you, Dan. I know
for
what you're doing is important work, so we appreciate it.
and thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Dan. Good night or good day. It's a daytime for you.
It's the day, yes. It's a brand new morning. Okay. Well,
Lisa, I'm going to sit here and do shots for you for your birthday right now.
Oh, you are?
Until I fall off the chair.
That would be a fun show.
That would be a fun show. Yeah. It wouldn't take much.
We're gonna. Yeah, I don't drink either, so we'd have to. No, I want people to buy you a shot. Donate.
Donate
$5 a shot. Tank's gonna drink them live on air.
That would be hilarious. Anybody who would like to do that, I will post a link.
And then we'll have a hangover show the next day.
So we can basically play it off and say, okay, whoever says, okay, this one is for Tank. Here's $5, and then this one's for Dan. This is $5. So go around and say,
can we do a hangover show the next day from your bed? Because I know you guys will be out of the bed. We'll just have a camera, who's actually out of bed feeling good.
It would be hilarious for me and Dan to sit here and do shots to see who fell down first.
Let's do that.
I feel like he's like a sleeper. He pulled off, and I haven't drank much in a while.
No, I'll tell you, you will lose. You will definitely lose, because
really?
I don't drink. But I can drink. I can.
Well, me too. I mean, I can
that
drink,
like
but I haven't drank so long.
To me.
Yeah, it's a challenge. There we go.
I would definitely stay upright. But I just would talk.
Okay, all of our listeners who would like to donate, we're going to set up a donate button, and you get to buy either Tank or Dan a drink, and Friday night we'll be back with the drink off. Dan and Tank.
We can actually do a we
Lisa.
could do a
For
premiere.
my birthday.
I haven't done
What's
a
that?
premiere on. There's a premiere feature on YouTube where you promote a premiere of something, right? So you say, okay, this is the day. We're going to appear on this day out here, and you could like hype it. Okay.
That'll be good.
And we
we'll
need
go
you guys to drink actual alcohol, no faking like this is vodka and it's really water. We need the real deal, guys.
Aha!
Ah! Oh, guess it
Because
was
on
actually water
Saturday's
stuff.
show, I'm going to see how bad you really look.
More now. All right,
Well,
Dan, appreciate you. Thank you for.
we can do brandy, and I have a brandy here. It's called Empador Light. It's about a third the alcohol of normal brandy.
Yeah, I think brandy's mainly for like 70-year-old guys. We could do scotch, or we could do,
You have to drink the same thing. It
okay.
has to be equal.
Okay,
That's the same thing.
Lampanog.
he's got some weird Filipino
Yeah, but
brandy.
he's drinking
Well,
something. It's 10%.
this is
and you're
coconut.
5%.
This is triple
Like-
distilled. It's like 150 proof.
Well, then you just
my
need
God,
two
you're
drinks.
kidding me, really?
God,
No
I
way.
take like a sip and I pass
No.
out.
Won't do it.
No, it's
way.
smooth. I mean, this stuff is so smooth. It's like water. It just.
Yeah,
Did I
but
drink it?
it's like drinking poison. I mean, it's like
Right.
it's like Bacardi 151. It's like if you ever want to feel like you want to rip your
Like trash.
mind out, drink Bacardi 151. You'll feel
Okay.
like
But
a train wreck mixed with vomit.
no light beers. No Budweiser light. No Budweiser.
I don't do any light beers ever. I don't drink beer, but I might drink a hard cider. But
I
all I
love
drink is I
cider.
drink Bombay Sapphire.
That's
all I
it.
drink.
Hard cider. That's the way to go.
Hard cider. Shots of hard cider. We can do shots of hard cider for hours.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I can get cider here. Hard cider.
Well, you can do beer. I can do cider. And what we can do is we'll do the shot challenge where you just do a shot of beer.
Wine.
Every minute.
Wine.
Every minute. And then what happens is you're wasting.
Or you can do wine.
Wine? Okay, we do wine.
Wine I can get a hold of. Yeah. That's,
All right, sounds good.
something
All right.
like
Come on,
So,
guys.
there we go.
Friday
That's our
night.
show. Everybody,
No.
have a great night.
No, you know what? You know what? I cannot do that because I can't lose the time right now.
Dan, you're pooping my party.
I know. I'm sorry, but I can't make that commitment because I'm doing this other thing until this is really over the hump. I can't do anything else other than this.
Okay, when we're over the hump, we get funding. We're having a song
Okay,
off,
that's
a
fine.
drink off, all that stuff.
It's fun to
When
think
Dan-
about, but
when Dan is done making his dress, then we'll do it. That's fine.
that's it.
We may do a live show from Fiji, actually.
We'll figure it
That'd
out.
be
Live from
Live-
Fiji.
Live from Fiji. Yeah, then we can all get drunk then. That'll be a great show. That'll be a great show.
That would be a fun show.
All right. Remember,
Have a good
everybody,
night.
like,
Appreciate you.
share, subscribe.
Right.
Donate. Okay, for Friday night. Okay, good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.